And today, is this restricted only to individuals? I repeat, is this restricted only to da'is or to Muslims? No, it is not. Wallahi, even so-called Muslim countries have placed their weight on the wrong side of the table, have placed their Islam on the other side of Islam, not on the Islamic side. Why and how? How many so-called Muslim countries have compromised to the West? How many? How many so-called Muslim countries are acted upon un-Islamic traditions and culture? They say this is our way, this is our life. When Islam comes, if it agrees to the way that we live, our culture, our custom, our tradition, we accept. But, a big but, if it does not, we reject it. How many Muslim countries? I'm talking about the governments here. I'm talking about countries in general, the population, the countries, the governments itself. How many of them have implemented innovations to suit their desire? And how many of them have ruled by other than Allah's law? How many? You know, in many Muslim countries today, the basic, most visible symbols of an Islamic life, the most basic, visible symbols of an Islamic life today are generally the most favorite targets to the Muslims, to the governments. You understand what I'm saying? You don't understand what I'm saying? The most Islamic, visible symbols of an Islamic life are also the most favorite targets to these governments. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can give me an example before I give you any examples. Huh? Very good. Good example. For example, the basic, simple observation of hijab or niqab, which niqab is beyond, to them, extremism. There's no word for niqab to many Muslim governments. They say hijab, that's fanatical. Niqab, where'd you come from, Mars? Because they don't want the Islamic appearance, those filthy governments. So the most simple observations of an Islamic visibility, like the wearing of the beard, or the growing of the beard, or the hijab, or whatever, they are extremely visible targets, treated as a crime that must be punished by public ridicule. By what? I'll give you an example. You cannot go to Lebanon today growing a beard, or wearing something like this, or wearing this. Why? Leave the government out. Probably just when you go through customs, you'll be in big trouble. If you go through customs the way I'm dressed today, you will not make it outside the airport. You will immediately be taken in for interrogation. Wallahi. And if you do make it out with a beard, if you do, after interrogation, then the people will be very scared. To what? To affiliate, to associate with your Ali. Why? Because they will think that you are going to lead them to trouble. Because you are an extremist, you're observing the Islamic attire. And they're scared. This is where? In Lebanon. The land of the companions, where many of them are buried. The land where Saifullah fought his great battle and defeated the kuffar, the pagans. This is the land we're talking about. You know, sometimes you say that the West, as a brother the other day asked me, I want to migrate. What did he ask me? I want to do hijrah to an Islamic land. I said, okay brother, why do you want to migrate for? Because I don't see that I'm in an area where I can really sort of forward my Islam or better my Islam. Wallahi, he asked me for the country where I should go. I started scratching my head, because I've been to many countries. And in reality, I saw Australia, sad to say, better than the countries I saw, in regards of being able to implement your deen. Even though over there you could be looked at or stigmatized or whatever, you can grow your beard 2 meters long, no one say anything to you. You can wear niqab and you have no problem. You can have your garment halfway up your shin, no problem. You can pray in the middle of Sydney city and you have no problem. Yes, it's not comfortable because you're not in the surrounding or the environment or the atmosphere of Islam, as you are, for example, in Malaysia. But it makes you scratch your head as to what to answer them with. And in all honesty, I've seen Malaysia so far the easiest country to live in as a Muslim. I don't know its internal politics or external policies, but what I have seen in the last 2 years, no one says anything to you. And Allahu Alam, there is the inside and the outside and what have you. But my experiences to this date, Alhamdulillah, I have seen no problems for Muslims. Dress the way you want, speak what you want. Oh, there's restrictions. Don't talk about hadari and all that, be careful. Because I think there's a land where they have a gulag, correct? A little island, there's a gulag. Is there not a gulag here in Malaysia? A secret gulag? Not a CIA prison, but a gulag. Isn't there? I heard that where Anwar Ibrahim was there, wasn't he? Where is it? Kedah? Yeah. Regardless, it exists. And that symbol of existence, demonstrates that there still is something there, which in reality, which we cannot do anything about, should be abolished, eradicated, obliterated, annihilated, because we are Muslims. We are Muslims. And we want to live as Muslims. And we do not want to be detrimented only because we follow Islam. We are not evil people. We are not terrorists. We are peace-loving people in reality. Are we not? Alhamdulillah.